Okay, I came across this kind of fun application called Meshcapded. I think it's been out for about a year or so. Sort of AI motion capture thing. So I sort of went to my favourite website. Got another guy doing a backflip. I don't think it's this particular one, but it's a similar video. So download the MP4. You need to sign up for the Meshcapded. It's free, I think. I mean, it's one of these things that's probably subject to change, if it gets popular or whatever. So basically, you go to the video thing, drag your video there. Here's some sample ones that they've done. Upload it. Takes maybe a few minutes, and then go to the editor. You end up with this, right? And it's pretty good. Although you can break it because I guess if it's based on your machine learning, they've got other stuff that's going to come out hopefully in the future where you can drive a character around with a gamepad, a bit like Unreal, I guess. And it does have Unreal integration and things like that, but obviously I'm kind of more focused on Blender. But also I had a go at a guy breakdancing, and this kind of broke it a bit. It almost works, but then it freaks out. So it's not perfect, but it managed to backflip. And I don't know if you've ever tried to animate a backflip, that can actually break quite a lot of rigs. I mean, it's the first test I often do when testing out a rig, is to see if I can do like a complete, do a backflip or forward flip or whatever, roll the rig around and see if anything breaks. But anyway, so we did a pretty good job. So then we go, right, so we're happy with that. Save. Oh yeah, it's got a credit system. Just call it test. And then, right, okay, download. I'm going to go with the FBX. Just stick with Unreal, I guess. It has got its own this SMPL format. I couldn't get it to work because there is like a Blender add-on. You got GLB there as well, so OBJ obviously that's not going to have any animation data. So let's stick with Unreal FBX. Download the asset. Off it goes. Go over to Blender. Here we go. Test. What you need to do is automatically orientate bones, right? Because if you don't do that, it just looks a bit weird. So here's the rig, and you can obviously change the character and stuff in their thing. And you see a bit of foot slipping, but using I'll put a link to my video on how to do foot locking, because you could blend between that and like IK. So when the foot's on the ground, I think it's limited up to 10 seconds. But when the feet's on the ground, you could make it lock so they don't slide around. This is always the problem with sort of motion capture stuff, is this whole business of foot sliding. But you could see if you had like an IK thing, so when the foot's actually on the ground, you could lock the foot to the ground. And when it's in the air, you could blend the IK over to FK and just let it do its thing. But yeah, I'm pretty impressed. I don't know quite how accurate it is, whether it could actually do. I mean, in the old days, they used to. There was this thing where in 3D Equalizer called body tracking, where you would track. You've probably seen it with the Pirates of the Caribbean and people with the suits with the little dots, and they would be tracked from multiple cameras, and then they could solve out where those joints were. But I mean, now that it's all I mean, like I say, I'm not sure how one-to-one it is. If we had got the camera, would it actually, could you do an actual body track? But it's kind of just more useful for general motion capture stuff. So I thought I'd put a link to it. Part of the thing, as I say, was to show how to import their FBX, because if you don't import it with this option, well, I'll show you what happens. If you don't import it with this option, it looks like this, which is not what you want, right? So anyway, that's it. Just a quick one. That's all the video.